Rfbm Season 2. We here. What's going on, everyone? This is Rfbm, Raising the Financial Bar with Mar. So, just getting it started, I see that I've been getting some good feedback on my recent upload via YouTube about the EIDL grant and just my current status on it. So I just wanted to continue to discuss the EIDL, discuss my current situation as it relates to the EIDL and just the SBA, the government, and just overall what's going on in society. So most recently, it's only been a couple of days now, I started the process to do the EIDL Advance grant application. And I know it's been a while for everybody that listens to the Rfbm podcast, so I'm definitely going to make it substantial and hopefully worth your while. So I'm just getting right into it. The $10,000 targeted EIDL advance has been open since February 2021. And I received an email from the SBA 3 days ago. And from then I started the process on the application. And now I'm at the point where I have submitted the application and I am just waiting on a response. So for those of you that do not know, based on what SBA themselves has posted on their resources section on the website, they said that the day that you submit the application, from then you will get a response within 21 days. At least that is the goal. So I'll keep you posted on my status and we'll continue to just see what's going on. I know I received a comment on my most recent upload through YouTube where they were, hesitant to complete their application simply because the process when it comes to doing the application is just a bit complicated on some people's ends. And I just want to let people know that whatever is in my power, I will be able to try to do. Meaning, if I see any updates or even if I see that anyone has any questions, I'll try to get in contact with a customer service representative for the SBA and see what's going on. And from there, we'll see what their response is and what guidance they'll be able to tell us. Now, anyone that's received the email for the EIDL will know that they have you request the Schedule C, which is about the 4506T form. And I think people are struggling to understand the information in regards to that. And I myself carefully reviewed all the information and made sure that I was signing off on something that made sense to me and was sound. The gross receipts chart, that's something that you want to make sure that you are completing as well. But moving forward, I still have it within the system as updated. Oh, I can check right now just to confirm. Yep, so for those of you that have seen my previous video, I do still have it as submitted and it's been submitted. So I'm going to give it a week before I get back in contact with the SBA in regards to that. However, I will still answer any questions if anyone has questions, and I will, to the best of my ability, answer those questions. But such is life, there's always going to be things that come with roadblocks, and we're just going to keep rolling with the punches, because at the end of the day, we can only control what's within our power. And I don't know if anyone's seen of late, this is important because it also relates to small business owners, but everyone as a whole. And there's just been so many things that's factor into the decisions that are being made in Congress, and we're still trying to get more updates in regards to the rescue bill and what action they're going to take. Most recently, Biden has the rescue plan, the stimulus plan that provides the 1,400 checks. Apparently, he's caving into stipulating that people are going to have stricter income requirements in order to receive the 1,400. So we'll stay updated on that. And at the end of the day, like I said before, you can only control what you can't control. And if you're like me, that actively follows some of the updates as far as Congress proposing different things, Nevada Senator Jacky Rosen introduced a bill to provide an additional $15 billion for small business owners, and just it relates to those impacted by the coronavirus pandemic. My problem with all of this is it's great to see that somebody's coming full circle and trying to get some support for small businesses in its entirety, but this is something that I feel like is not getting as better as it can be, meaning that the help and assistance, the sense of urgency is just not there, in my opinion. I just really don't feel like the sense of urgency is there, and that's how I felt pretty much throughout all of this debacle since the start of the coronavirus. People need help now, and I just don't feel like whether it's Congress, whether it's the SBA, federal government is taking this as seriously or being as empathetic as they can be to the small business owners that are going through so many different things, financial stress, mental stress. Some people are going through all kinds of afflictions that is just taking a strain on them and taking a toll on them. And the government just is not being up to par as needed. And I'm speaking as one of the voices as a small business owner. Even when you're thinking about the fact that a lot of larger small businesses, quote unquote, were able to get loans administered to them, and you almost feel as if elected representatives and other people are in cahoots to aid the wealthier at all times. And all these large corporations are able to get these small business loans in the first round is just absolutely ridiculous, and somebody needs to be held accountable. But that's neither here nor there. What we'll continue to do is do our due diligence and try to do the best that we can. And just moving forward from that for now, I wanted to also discuss things that relate directly to my Floridians, since I am based in Florida and I am in the Tampa area. We also have the FLDEO, which for those that do not know, I call them the Florida Unemployment Office. They have still been unable to assist a lot of people that are in need of the unemployment. I myself, during my tenure unemployed, did not receive funding for almost a month, and when it was finally administered, I was grateful for it. And I also went through a period of time where I was on and off employment simply because these jobs were temporary. The problem is anyone that's dealt with the FLDEO website knows that not only is it faulty and full of errors in itself, the application process can be slow and extremely tedious and confusing. And it's extremely hard to get on the phone with an representative. And a lot of people have claims specific issues, so you will call the claim specific line. And if it's too busy, you will simply be automatically hung up on. It's like an automated thing, automated message saying that there's no representatives able to assist you, call back later. And then you have to go through the process again and again and again. And in my situation, I just wanted to receive the funding that I believe I was owed during the time where I was unemployed. However, because in the system, it registered that I returned to work at the time, they have an adjudication issue that still has not been resolved. It's going on 2 months and it still hasn't been resolved. The irony, not necessarily irony, the problem with that situation is the fact that during the time that they put a hold on my account, because they say that it's been sent to adjudication, because they see that I have returned to work, I was unemployed again. So basically what happened in this situation is I worked for about a month at this company, and it was just a temp job. And when I left the company because I finished the assignment, I was unemployed. However, the system, slow to catch up, processed that I was employed with the company, but by then I was unemployed again. So I've been trying to get the money that I would have been paid for that time that I was unemployed, simply because I ended up being at a deficit because I didn't have any funding at the time. So it's just crazy how things go. And I believe that everything happens for a reason, but everybody doesn't believe that. And honestly, we have to hold people that are accountable, that are responsible for these issues. I mean, I don't want to get political, but I believe that the website already had issues prior to the pandemic, and now we're here. It continues to have things that have not been changed, and with the demand and a way larger sum of people unemployed, of course I understand that could be the reason why the system crashes more, but they also need to work on hiring more claim specific individuals that can actually adequately assist you, so skill wise, and also they need more people so that you'd be able to get in contact with somebody and be assisted. Because the weirdest thing about this, a lot of people were unemployed and unable to receive any funding, and then they ended up becoming unemployed but never received any unemployment. And I feel that it's unfair and it's unacceptable. So I might even elaborate on that and see if I can do a video talking about how somebody might be able to receive their retroactive pay from the times where they were unemployed and they never received anything, or those that only were able to receive a portion of it. But that's neither here nor there. So that's all I have to say about that topic for now. But I want to move into talking about investing once more, just for a small portion of this time. First things first, when it comes to investing in whatever you're going to invest in, please make sure that you have gotten your debt under control. Oftentimes, we want to tap into this and that and try to flip this money, but honestly, debt is your number one priority, in my opinion. And also, you want to handle your bills. So you handle your priorities, which are your bills, the roof over your head, your utilities, whatever responsibilities and expenses that are incurred. Then you want to try to manage your debt as much as possible. If not, get rid of it all. Get the majority of it handled. Then you move on to investing. This, by the way, disclaimer, is not instructional. It's just for entertainment, educational purposes, and what I would personally do. But with that being said, as my cousin said in one of our earlier Money Talk webinar episodes, I'd rather gain 1% than no percent at all. So you want to tap in and get into that investing, because when you're not investing, you're at a deficit. And if you're saving money, if we're talking inflation, you're actually losing money. And I feel like you should only be saving money for emergencies anyways, but that's a topic that's been discussed before as well. Try to stay consistent, stay as consistent as you can and continue to progress. That we're going through some tough times. Honestly, mental health is essential. Your physical well-being is essential, and financial stability is the core of a lot of these things. And we're in America, where we have to take advantage of our opportunities, but we also have to be cognizant of what is owed to us. Whatever side you stay on, Republican, Democratic, Green Party, whatever political affiliation you have, notwithstanding, it doesn't change the fact that the government has a job, right? So whether you believe whatever job they are obligated to do, they are supposed to serve us, the civilians, and the country in all its entirety. And I implore you to do your research and see if you can make any changes or be aware of any opportunities, for the things like the EIDL loan and the PPP loans and all these other SBA resources that are being funded. Do your research and keep in mind that you can contact these congresswomen and congressmen, and whether via email or letters, and let them know your situation or demand change, because honestly, strength in numbers is something that I truly believe in. As far as the FLDEO, for all my Floridians, we need to get at the governor, we need to get at the mayor, we need to get at people that can actually take action and try to get something going, because currently we're experiencing a lot of just BS, just straight up BS, and nothing's going to change unless we try to initiate a change. So just to recap, EIDL, I will continue to keep you posted. There might be additional funding going into the program, but I am just at a standstill right now waiting on a response. As far as the PPP loans, also still waiting on more updates, and I'll provide some resources through YouTube in my description. As far as investing, you want to make sure that you've controlled your debt, and then you can get into it. It's amazing how far Apple continues to go, how far Tesla continues to rise, and how far, honestly, the tech industry has grown exponentially. It's honestly remarkable. And as far as the unemployment office, for us Floridians, stand strong. Something will come through. Things are much better than they were last year, in my opinion, and they will continue to improve. And the only thing we can do is continue to control what's within our control. as I've told you before. So once again, I appreciate the support. This is Rfbm, Raising the Financial Bar with Mar. Like, subscribe on my YouTube. Listen to me through all podcast outlets, and you are appreciated. You truly are. Thank you.
Our own mind has to be changed. We have to change our mind about ourselves.
Instead of me fulfilling my prophecy, I have to start. Instead of me, doing a good job and carrying on the empire, I have to build. And that's a hell of a job for 21-year-old. You know what I'm saying? That's a hell of a job for any youngster, male or female, to have to build the empire. Because this world is such a gimme. Everybody back off. Everybody's like taught that from school.
I don't come to bow, I come to conquer.